Have you ever felt angry at someone's words? Maybe a friend insulted you. Maybe your boss shouted at you. Or maybe someone ignored your message and your whole mood changed. But here's the truth. No one can make you angry unless you allow them to. Once there was a man who got angry at everything and everyone. But one meeting changed his entire life. This is his story, and maybe it's yours too. Once upon a time, in a quiet town near the mountains, there lived a man named Robert. Robert was known for one thing, his temper. If his wife, Sarah, forgot the salt in the dinner, he shouted. If a neighbor's dog entered his yard, he screamed. Even when children laughed outside, Robert yelled, "Can't you be quiet for one moment?" He believed the world was the problem, not him. Sarah often said gently, "Robert, why do you let small things make you so angry?" Robert would frown and snap back, "Because people should learn how to behave. If they don't respect me, how can I stay calm?" He never realized he was giving everyone the power to control his peace. One summer morning, a wise man named Elias arrived in the town. He wore simple clothes, and his face was calm like still water. He sat on a wooden bench under a large oak tree near the town square. People said, "He speaks little, but his words touch your heart." One afternoon, Sarah said, "Robert, go meet Elias. Maybe he can help you." Robert laughed. "Huh? What will he teach me? He doesn't deal with fools like I do." But the next day, while Robert worked in his garden, a neighbor's son accidentally hit a baseball through his window. Robert lost control. He shouted so loudly that even the birds flew away. The boy ran home crying. That evening, Robert sat alone, his chest still burning. "Why do I always end up feeling worse after shouting?" he whispered. That night he couldn't sleep. Before sunrise, he walked toward the oak tree. Elias sat quietly, eyes closed, listening to the birds. Robert stood there, unsure how to begin. Finally he said, "Sir, I'm tired. People make me mad, and I can't control myself." Elias opened his eyes and smiled softly. "Sit down, my friend." He asked, "When someone makes you angry, how long does it stay?" Robert thought, "Sometimes an hour, sometimes a whole day." "And when the anger fades, how do you feel?" Robert sighed.
Empty, sad, tired.
Elias nodded. "Exactly, because anger burns the one who holds it, not the one it's aimed at." He picked up a cup of water. "This water is calm now, but if I shake it, you can't see your reflection. The same happens with your mind. When it's disturbed, you can't see the truth." Robert frowned. "So, should I just stay silent when people insult me?" Elias smiled. "No, learn to respond, not react. There's a big difference. When someone throws dirt at you, you can either catch it or step aside. The choice is yours." The next morning, Elias asked Robert to bring a pot of water and a handful of sand. Robert did as told. "Now boil the water," said Elias. As the water bubbled, the wise man asked, "Can you touch it now?" Robert replied, "Of course not. It's too hot." Elias smiled. "That's anger. When emotions boil, you can't touch peace." Then he dropped a spoonful of sand into the pot. "The sand makes the water dirty. That's your mind when you react." He poured the water into a bowl. After a while, the sand settled and the water became clear again. "This," said Elias, "is what happens when you stop reacting. Your mind settles. You see life clearly again. Robert sat silently. He realized all these years he had been boiling his own water. For the next few days, Robert practiced staying calm. When someone annoyed him, he took a deep breath and remembered the words, "Step aside. Don't catch the dirt." First, it was hard. His old habits fought back. One afternoon, a cashier was rude and tried to overcharge him at the store. Robert's blood boiled. He wanted to shout but stopped. He breathed slowly and said, "I think there's a mistake on the receipt. Could you check it again?" He kept his voice steady. The cashier corrected it and apologized. For the first time, Robert didn't argue, and strangely, he felt peaceful. That night, he slept like a child. But change always meets a test. One morning as Robert walked through the town, some young men mocked him. "Look, the angry man has become a saint." They laughed. Robert felt the heat rise again. His fists tightened. His mind screamed, "Show them who you are." But then he heard Elias's voice in his head. "When you react, you give your power away." Robert stopped walking, smiled, and said, "You're right. I used to get angry, but now I'm learning something better." His calmness confused them. When asked, "How can you stay calm when we insult you?" Robert replied, "When someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it." The group fell silent. Robert walked away with peace in his heart. Weeks passed. Sarah noticed the change. He no longer shouted at the neighborhood kids. He smiled more. Even when things went wrong, he stayed calm. One morning, Robert returned to the oak tree. He bowed and said, "Master, I've learned something valuable. People didn't make me angry. It was my own mind. Now I understand. I can choose peace instead of pain." Elias smiled. "You've learned well, Robert. Life will always test you. But every time you stay calm, you grow stronger inside." Robert asked, "Will people ever stop testing me?" Elias laughed softly. "When the storm sees you no longer run from it, it stops chasing you." Years passed. Robert became known as the calmest man in the town. When someone was upset, they came to him for advice. He always said, "Peace is not found in silence outside, but in silence inside." One day, a young boy asked him, "Mr. Robert, don't people still make you angry?" Robert smiled. "Sometimes they try, but if you stop reacting, their power disappears. You can't control the wind, but you can learn how to sail." He looked at the mountains and said, "When I stopped reacting, I started living." We cannot stop people from saying hurtful things. We cannot stop problems from coming, but we can stop giving them the power to steal our peace. Every reaction is a choice. Every moment of calm is strength. The one who controls his reaction controls his life. So next time someone tries to disturb your peace, smile and whisper, "I won't catch the dirt." You can't control the world, but you can control your reaction to it. Real strength isn't shouting back. It's staying peaceful when the world tries to shake you. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to Simply Listen for more stories that inspire peace, strength, and growth. Because every story here helps you become a better version of yourself.